Alright, I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. Okay, so this is Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. It's supposed to be pretty good. I don't know. I haven't played it yet. I actually started the beginning, but I was actually in voice chat with my good friend, Sean, and I actually had to stop playing the game because the narration was really fucking good and I didn't want to miss it. And usually I can get past that stuff, so if I had to stop for it, you know, it's pretty good actually. It's pretty good. So I don't know what this game is really about. I just know it's supposed to be good. I think she's a Viking of some sort, but I have no idea. Something Celtic, I guess. I don't know. But it's also supposed to feature strong bits of psychosis, judging by the warning screen, sorry, on the intro. Oh, there aren't even any intro movies for this, which I kind of like. I hate that shit. I'm just too lazy to get rid of it most times. So without further ado, let's start this shit. And I'm gonna mute myself until I'm talking again.
Hello. Who are you? Doesn't matter. Welcome. You're safe with me. I'll be right here, nice and close so I can speak without alerting the others. Let me tell you about Senua. Her story has already come to an end, but now it begins anew.
What's happening? It's breathing. Dead. It's breathing. It's breathing. He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching.
This is a journey deep into darkness. There will be no more stories after this one.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? They're watching. Why doesn't she turn coming? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's already dead. I can feel you coming. Quiet.
Oh, how rude of me. I never told you of the others. You hear them too, right? They've been around ever since the tragedy. Well, that's not quite true. Some are old, some are new, but they've changed. I think the darkness changed them, just like it changed her.
Can you see them? Over there. Why isn't she looking? Why aren't you looking? He's in hell high.
Look, up ahead.
Hell high.
You see it too?
You promised you gave you.
Yes. It is real after all. She's finally arrived in the land of mist and fog. The place the Northmen call hell.
Turn back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe. Go back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe.
It's them. They're here.
Can you see them?
Look around and you will see them. The drowned, the sick, the slain. Here they lie, rotting in the fields and rivers of hell. But the dead don't always lie still here.
See them?
This is not a place of rest.
Can't do this. Go back. Go back. Can you see them? Can you see them? They're going to do that to you. They're watching. Stop. Can you feel them watching? They're watching her. They're watching her. You're so close to the darkness. Go back. Can you feel it?
What is she thinking? I can tell you. She's afraid. Wouldn't you be? You'd think she would get used to it by now after so many years. But the darkness, it just builds onto itself, growing stronger, towering over her. You might try and ignore it, turn away. But it's always there, just out of sight, where you're most vulnerable. It's like it knows that just enough light is all you need to see its suffocating power.
They can feel you.
You might think she's brave to go on this journey on her own, but it isn't bravery that drives her. Bravery only means something to those afraid of death. Senua's fear runs far, far deeper. What is she looking at? What is she leaving behind? I know what she's thinking. I hear her thoughts. It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge her. No one will ever know. Oh, she heard us.
There's no going back. You can't do it.
Senua pushes away a world that conspired to cause so much suffering. There's nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to. Why don't you join us? Maybe you too have a part to play in this story.
Okay, so that was one hell of an intro.
Look really clearly. Focus, Senua. Focus. Focus and you'll
Focus.
see. What happens if you focus?
Do not forget my stories, Senua. Because your darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take you straight to Hela's gate, but gods and the living will follow this path. You must leave the Isles of Orkney across the eastern sea and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Helheim goes from there, across the river of knives that flows from the dark.
Darkness is coming. Yearns for life. hungers for it. Like a pack of wolves on a hunt. But she's not stopping. Not this time.
Can you see it?
The land of mist and fog.
He's in there.
The old fool was right.
You see it?
What was it he said? The river of knives across which lies the halls of hell. The place they call Helheim.
He's lost. He's lost. Where are you? I hear you. He's there, you know it.
There's no doubt about
He's
it.
lost.
The source of the darkness is in Helheim,
They're called
and the goddess Hela holds his soul there. Her dear beloved, Dillian.
So she's unquestionably from some Nordic culture. I mean, you can tell obviously by the mythological references. And I should make it clear now, this game, this isn't magic we just went through. It's psychosis, I guess. Given by the intro screen, the warning screen on the game when you launch it, which I know you guys didn't see, because I always, that's a good question.
There's nothing she can do. She's going to save him.
I don't see any footprints, which is kind of bullshit.
I forget
This
its
is
name.
wet sand, it should make footprints stupid
She
easy.
forgets too.
I know, I live
But
in
she
Florida.
does remember that only the dead may cross it. That part wasn't so easy to forget. The old fool said there was a hidden path up to it.
Oh well.
Let's see, shall we?
Well, I understand this is not a walking simulator by any means. So that is a good thing.
The Northmen speak of 9 worlds. The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard. The gods of earth, harvest, wind, and sea dwell in Vanaheim. The good elves dwell in Alfheim. The evil ones dwell in Svartalfheim. The mountain giants dwell in Jotunheim. The fire giants dwell in Muspelheim. Niflheim is the world of ice and darkness. Only the dead dwell in Helheim. And that is where you must travel.
Quickly, Tom, quickly.
I don't know how well it translates through Twitch, but the voice acting in this game is fucking superb. Of course I have it set to do stereo sound, but you know, I'm not hearing the final product, so I don't know how good the mix sounds. Especially because I'm using a 7.1 headset.
She can't go back now.
Um,
This is it. The hidden path.
I actually just got myself a Arctis 5, and I'm loving it using Dolby DTS. Not Dolby DTS, the DTS is terrible on this headset. What is good is Dolby Atmos. It sounds fucking phenomenal. But there's a lot of stereoscopy in this for the sound, and it works out very, very good.
He's going to hurt you.
It's dangerous.
Don't kill me. I'm not one of them.
Don't listen.
I was just hiding. find I live longer that way. Don't listen. I'm never let the bastards catch me again. Never! Wait. Who are you? It's just a memory.
Druth? Is that you?
For my tales of the Northmen, they call me Druth. A liar.
An old fool. Truth is my truth.
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
Guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Tell me your stories again, old friend. I'm listening.
The runes seal the gates to hell. Focus your inner eye, and you too will see what's hidden in plain sight.
I can see one.
Hold it in your mind's eye. Find one like it to open the gate.
Use your eyes. She looking closer. She needs to look closer. Focus. It's just
Oh, there it is.
It's near. Look towards the gate, and the gate will open.
The gate is open. Go through the gate.
go through it.
It's dangerous.
Follow it.
What's behind the gate?
Where will it take you?
It's not safe. It worked.
Now the real question becomes, was the gate ever locked?
I spent 6 years enslaved in hell, but I watched the Northmen, learnt their ways.
I know you did.
You listened when everyone else laughed. My people paid a heavy price. Carry my stories with you, and together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
I actually gotta wonder if this isn't Hell, but Britannia. I mean, I'd assume that's who they'd be talking about with the Northmen, but I could easily be wrong.
Someone's trying to make them go away. Pretend they weren't real. But what good is that? When we are always here. I guess it's the same with heights. You can stand on the edge, pretend it's going to be okay. But you know that death is near, waiting for you to make that little slip. You can't just wish things away.
She can do it.
The world of the dead is ruled by the giantess, Hela, daughter of Loki. The gods feared her bloodline, bad on her mother's side and yet much worse on her father's. So, as a child, the All-Father cast her down into Helheim and gave her power over those who die of sickness, age, hardship, and self-slaughter. In all of the 9 worlds, only Hela can resurrect the dead.
There's a typo in the
Hela,
subs.
your Dillion,
Unplayable.
sacrificed. And with her, you must bargain.
It said hardship instead of hardship. Literally unplayable. 0 out of 10. Alright, so shit's about to happen. I just got an achievement called The Fight Begins.
Stay back.
Look at it.
You have to open it.
The gate to Helheim divides the living from the dead. Is that the face of Hela herself? The half-rotten goddess that rules over Helheim. Whatever horrors lie behind that door, she must find him. Shh. Someone's here. what you want. I won't resist anymore. Just give him back.
Oh shit, is that a Lushan?
Defend yourself.
Okay. So it's both cool and annoying that at the same time the game does not tell you any controls as it comes up. So I only just figured out how fighting works. Shit. Three on one's kind of bullshit, don't you think? Three on one when I can't fight is kind of bullshit.
A vision of what's to come. Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is rot. And now it has taken hold. It will spread towards her head, the seat of the soul, until there is nothing left of her. All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Ooh. Shit. That's not good.
The hardest battles are fought in the mind. That is what Dillian taught her. With every defeat, the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul. But for now, at least, she still has control of her mind. And she will fulfill her vow, whatever the cost.
He's not right.
behind the gate to Helheim. To open the gate, you must first face the gods that guard it. The god of fire, Zurt, and the god of illusion, Valravn. Spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter the land of the dead.
To Dillian.
To his soul. It won't open.
How will she get through?
Why won't it open?
Why can't she open it? She needs to challenge the gods.
She has to fight 2 gods first.
2 gods?
2 gates.
Valravn, ancestor of the seers and master of ravens. He hunts his prey with his powers of illusion and feasts on their remains.
Yeah, I need to see that presentation, I guess.
Follow the path to Valravn.
That sounds pretty
and
awesome.
defeat him in battle to earn his mark. The gate to Helheim cannot be opened without it.
Yeah, so the combat is actually pretty simple to use. The field of view is a little small for it, though, in my opinion. I want to take a look at that. If there's anything to it. Yep.
Ymir was a frost giant, a being of darkness, and all his sons and grandsons were dark after him. Of his daughters and granddaughters, some were monstrous, but others fair. But there was another who came from the ice. Buri. In shape, he was like a man, big and powerful. His son, Bor, took a fair giant to be his wife, and they had 3 sons. Odin was the eldest. The Northmen hold him to be the foremost of the gods, the All-Father.
Okay, that was the end of the performance. Good. I didn't expect it, of all things, to start fading away as a move from it. Considering it's all psychological anyway. Okay, so I'm assuming that's the door progress, so... Oh, is that a puzzle?
What's that? It's a wall. It's a door. No, it's a bridge. No, it's not. Push it. Push it. Push it.
What do you think will happen?
Come on. Come on. She did it. She did it. She did it.
She did something stupid simple. What's this? Like some sort of portal? It's supposed to be or something? Oh no, I think I'm gonna have to go through the door before that does anything.
Illusion hides the path to Valravn.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Don't trust your eyes. Find another way to see the truth.
I think now I gotta go through it.
Can you see?
It's funny. We all want to see behind the veil, don't we? Once we do, we mostly just close our eyes again and pretend what we saw was never really there.
I'm actually kind of excited today. This game's pretty good so far. Most of it has been walking, but it's very good narration.
However hard she tried, begged.
But I've also got my new cooler arriving today. Got 212 Evo on the way. Yeah, it is kind of like that, but I think this is better.
This is the price she pays for seeing things differently. Because once you gaze into the relentless darkness, all that lurks within it can see you too.
Oof. That is one low-res face. Yeah, it does remind me of Tomb Raider, but I think this is better, because Tomb Raiders always came off as really kind of cheesy. Like, it's always the variation of the same line when it comes to it. Which is to say, it's so close. That's basically the entire line. And that's what kind of annoyed me about the Tomb Raider reboots. I like the gameplay, but the writing can use some work. Okay, I know how fighting works. Yeah, it did, but I also felt like it was done in a somewhat classy manner, in that they could have done a lot worse with it.
Too many of them. Find strong resistance.
Oof, I didn't even know I could do that.
Down. She finished him.
Yeah, it is a lot like For Honor, but without the targeting system, which I really did not like. It's more like the camera is similar. This game actually reminds me a lot of Rise, Son of Rome. But without the, I didn't even realize For Honor had a single player campaign. I legitimately did not.
I will not stop her. She will find what she's
For Honor also reminded me a lot of Dynasty Warriors, and I can see why some people might like Dynasty Warriors, but it's definitely not my thing.
Valravan's power of illusion comes from ravens. Align the ravens to break his magic seal.
Show me what you have seen, Truth. Look how much it's changed. It's all different.
Oh, I see. Let's go through here. Yeah, For Honor, I don't want to say it was bad, but it's not my kind of game at all. There we go.
Something's shifted. Something's happened. Something new shifted. Can you feel it?
Do you feel it too? It's like crossing into another world that looks the same but feels different. An imposter world where the forest itself is watching.
If there is one thing that I have learned playing games, it's to always go left, because everyone expects you to always go right. So more often than not, going left will yield some interesting results. I think it has something to do with everyone being right-handed. But I'm not, so screw it. There's something to this area, I just don't know what it is. Right, but I'm talking about that stuff's there. They want you to go that way. That would be what I'm referring to as the right path. I'm talking about taking the left path because more often than not I'll have some secret shit. I mean, it's not always true, but oh, I see now.
Another gate. Another gate. You know what to do. Stay back. You have to open it. It's not safe. Don't listen to
To
them.
break the seal, align the ravens with the mark of Valravan.
What does it mean?
So I have to find a way there.
Which ravens? Where are they? Can't you see which ravens?
Well, I say metaphorical left, but I also mean literally left.
I hear something.
If you hear the song of Valravan, follow it, and it will lead you to him. But be aware of his illusions. You can't always trust your eyes.
Hello, Critica. It's been a while. How you doing? I'm not quite sure how this works.
The song. Valravan's song. Listen, focus. Listen. You need to focus.
Oh, here we go.
Challenge me.
Can I go through here? No.
He's gone. He disappeared. Where did he go? Where is he? It's not your fault.
No, it's good to hear, Krika. I feel like all of these gods, given that one of these gods are just illusions, I think she's batshit insane.
Is she lost? Wouldn't be the first time.
This.
Last winter, before the tragedy, she journeyed into the wilds of her native land, living off berries, roots, and rabbits. It's not uncommon, you see. We call such a person a Gelt. Some, like Truth, become Gelt in search of penance. Others, like Senua, to purge a curse. Those who make it back are forever changed.
I don't know what the purpose of right here is, but... Oh, I don't know how long you've been watching Critica, but... this game's supposed to feature song depictions of psychosis, so... I mean, that's an early warning right there. This may actually be about the Norse gods and stuff. Norse mythology. It may very well be, but at this point, I have no idea. I just know that for the most part, it's been walking, but it's really good walking. Hey, I can almost...
She can get up now. She can get up now. What's happening? She can get up
can
now.
almost make it from here.
It must be magic. Dark. magic. A trick. Valravan. Tricking her. Valravan. How can she get up? Bait. It's him. Dark magic draws her closer.
And this audio is still really fucking good.
It's not him. It's a trick. She's doing it. It's magic. It's an illusion.
I'll have to watch the VOD after this to see just how good it sounds on Twitch. I mean, obviously it's going to be worse because Twitch maxes audio out at 160 kilobits per second AAC, which from what I recall is better than MP3, but still, that's pretty low. And so it'll always be inferior to what I'm hearing, but this mix is what I'm loving. Just the audio engineering they did is just phenomenal.
We picture fear, and we think of a shadow in the woods, a creature in the night. If only it were that simple. The worst kind comes without warning, a deep and primal signal from within. A reminder that just because you cannot see the threat, it doesn't mean that it's not already here.
Valravan, he's there.
Well, for perspective, I believe at stereo sound, I believe the specifications for AAC formats and MP3 are pretty much the same, which means the maximum bitrate for stereo AAC should be 320 kilobits per second. I believe you can go higher with AAC, but I know that's the max for MP3. And 320 kilobits per second MP3 sounds pretty good. I mean, it'll never be as good as lossless, but it's pretty good. So, 160 is pretty low. Normal quality MP3, because I know more about MP3 than I do AAC. I usually don't work with AAC. Ah, I got hit on the combo. Yeah, your average sounding MP3 will be 256 kilobits.
It's nearly over.
Hit me.
He's gone.
Yeah. So yeah, 160 ain't that great, but to put that in perspective, we're also talking about pre-recorded formats. When we're
The Northmen say that Odin and his brothers killed Ymir, and that the world of men was formed from his corpse. They made his bones into stone, and his flesh into earth, and his blood into the salt sea. They set his skull to be the bowl of the sky, with his brains for clouds. Odin and his brothers caught the sparks flying from Muspel and made them into stars. And to protect the new world from the giants, they used Ymir's great curving eyebrows as walls.
This is why I love Norse mythology. Weird shit. It's always weird. They used his eyebrows. Anyway, we're also talking about pre-recorded formats versus
Do you know what
Twitch.
it's like to leave everything behind?
Damn it, narrative.
A home, loved ones, to head deep into the wilds. promise never to return.
Okay.
Senua does. Because when darkness speaks, it changes everything. Turning home into a foreign land and loved ones into strangers. Exile makes sense when you realize that you were never really home in the first place.
We done? Okay, we done. Versus a Twitch where everything is being mixed and uploaded simultaneously. Yes, I can broadcast at 320. No, OBS does not prevent me from doing that. No program does. Well, actually, that's not true. Relive does. It'll prevent you from doing 320 for streaming. But regardless, Twitch only accepts 160. And part of that is they also have to be able to encode the video in real time on their end into a streamable format. So it's understandable when everything's in real time that they have a limit like that. Is it ideal? No, but it makes sense. Yeah.
The song. Balraven's song. It's over here. It's over here. Is that? It's over there. No, it's here. There's two.
Shit.
Listen, focus.
You can go with the left. As I said, always take the left path.
This reminds her of somewhere. The forest.
Where? Which forest? Forest in the wild.
I can't jump this.
She left in the
She
I'm
went to
Nordic.
the wilds a long time ago.
Why did she go to the wild?
She wanted to fight her own darkness. She thought she could beat her own darkness.
Did she beat her darkness?
No. It nearly killed her, but she tried.
Druth helped her.
If it wasn't for Druth, she'd be dead.
She can't beat her own darkness.
Wait a
She
minute.
wanted to marry Dillian. She came to beat her own darkness and marry Dillian. But
She
it didn't
thought-
work.
She thought her curse would affect him.
She thought her curse would spread to him. She thought she'd bring the darkness to him too. She nearly died.
She thought the curse
There we
made
go.
her tainted.
Druth helped her.
It does look beautiful. Yeah, what really shocks me, Sith Lord, which would be Anarchy Arcade for anyone who doesn't know, is that I don't have an encoding PC, and I'm playing this on the same PC I'm encoding on, and I'm using a software encoder. I'm doing this in X264 on the slow preset. So the fact that I'm doing that, Twitch is re-encoding it themselves. It's all actually pretty impressive. Let's see, did I pick the right path? I might not have. Oh, I see. So what this is gonna do...
The ravens. They've gone. No.
Half of them have gone.
They've gone. Some are still there.
But where? Some are still there.
I
Now
see.
ravens
I don't have an NVIDIA hardware encoder because I run AMD. No, it is not using the hardware encoder.
Out in the wilds,
I just have 16 threads.
she no longer felt fit for this world. She almost gave in to the darkness. But she remembered Dillian's words. She remembered her promise. She resolved to fight on and kill that which had become a part of her.
Yeah, I have an R7 1700. I got it like 2 days after they came out, and I absolutely love the thing. I've overclocked it to 3.4 gigahertz, which again will work even better once my cooler arrives today. I actually built my dad a 1600 machine running an RX 460. 560, I'm sorry. And I'm impressed with that as well. It's not as good, no, but you know, for what it is, it's impressive. Oh, I see. There we go. These illusions, you really gotta look in the right place to see what you're doing. Now pay attention before and after. Probably gonna have to go there next. Or white girl can't jump. Shit. I can't climb that.
The Northmen say you must sacrifice in order to receive. They tell how the runes were revealed to Odin only in sacrifice. He hung himself from the world tree, and he stabbed himself with a spear, and he dedicated the sacrifice to himself. For 9 nights he hung on the tree without food or drink, and at last he saw the runes below him. He gave a cry and gathered them in his mind and learned them. Then he fell from the tree.
Okay. I see. I think I have an idea. I don't know if it'll work, but I need to bridge that gap somehow. And what I'm thinking right now is I go back to that gate earlier. I'm just gonna call them gates. I don't know what else to call them. Those things. I'm gonna go back through it, and hopefully I'll reverse it. And if I'm right, then there should be a wall there. And since I open that door, I'll still be able to get inside. Yep, there it is. I can do it. Yep, that worked. I like that I have the dumbest solution to these things and it's actually working in this game. Like, I have solutions like this to like all puzzle games and I'm never right. I just have to think up their solution. Someone on the development team had Asperger's, and I love them for it.
The ravens. No. There's still 3. There's 3. There's 3. Where have they gone? She did it. What does that mean?
Looking back, I was so naive to think she could banish it on her own. The further she saw into the darkness,
Yeah, you
the more
get
she
it.
struggled to see anything at all. And in the gloom, the smallest hints of shape, sound, or thought grow in strength until they consumed her whole. Before she knew it, the darkness had her in its claws.
Oh, there it is, there it is, there it is. As I said,
The gate is open.
left path.
There is no such thing as victory when it comes to the darkness. It's like it doesn't want to kill her. Yet, it will gnaw at her, biding its time. Only when she is at her weakest will it strike to kill. Will she find Dillion before her time comes?
I really need to play Ace Attorney. I haven't done that yet. By the way, Sith Lord, I did get Battlefront 2 for Christmas, and I do have some problems with the game, but the gameplay is pretty good. So, I've been playing that a bit obsessively. And without spoiling, I do believe that Battlefront 2 had a better campaign than Last Jedi did a movie. So that's cool. There is a fight here, I can guarantee it. This is an arena. Now, as to whether or not it's just more, I'm gonna call them Leshens, or if it's a god, I don't know. But it's gonna be a fight here.
Final illusion to face him in his keep. I know you can do it, Senua. You have the sight.
We both see the darkness. We can fight it together.
This board is useless. Oh, I know. I thought I was going to be able to get to there through there, but apparently not. Might be able to climb up that. No, definitely not. Okay, there it is. Yeah, I actually felt Battlefront 2's campaign, like, yeah, I can see why people would have been mad with some of the stuff that it did. But on the other hand... Okay, really?
Speak to
Oh,
me.
there we go.
Tell me a story.
Senua, listen. I will tell you the tale of a man called Findan. The Northmen captured Findan's sister, and his father sent him to pay for her release. But they took his gold, put him in chains, and held him for a day and a night without food or water. Then they released him. I don't know why. Upon his return, his father's enemies in Erin set fire to his home. His father burnt to death, and his brother was killed. But he escaped with sorrow in his heart. His father's enemies offered redress for his loss and invited him to a feast. It was at a hall near the sea. But when he went there, they betrayed him to the Northmen, who enslaved him and took him to hell. 6 years later, his slave masters landed on the shores of Orkney, burning all before them. And into that fire, Findan made his escape. What was Findan burnt away that day. But from the flames, a new man stepped forward, and Druth was born. Druth, the man that I am now. And though Findan never set eyes on his dear sister again, I, Druth, have found you, Senua.
I wish you could have seen my home before these dark times.
Okay, as I was saying, yeah, the story was kind of obvious in that you could predict the big plot twist, but if Star Wars to me has a very certain feel, and the new Star Wars movies have not had it for me. So I'm really glad that I found something in Disney's canon that I actually enjoyed. It wasn't unpredictable or anything, but it reminded me a lot of back in the day. Which is to say, the story wasn't great, but I loved it for what it was.
Broken. The gate is open. Open. This darkness. I know it from the wilds. It's coming back for me.
Oof.
I'm still here. Are you too? Where are we? remember. It didn't end well in the wilds. It never does. You think you can overcome the darkness, make sense of it, and once relief settles in, it strikes out of nowhere, throwing you helplessly back into the maelstrom, drowning the mind in fear, deeper, deeper, dragging you down so far into the void that maybe this time there is no coming back. But there, in the darkness,
Senua,
and she remembered what he told her.
hear me. Reach out to me. Senua, take my iron mirror. Look into it, for it is a window into the underworld. Within, you will see the face of the darkness that you fear. And if you focus, like I have taught you to, you will also see that as much as the darkness has you trapped within its veil, it too is trapped within yours. Focus. Focus! Focus!
I see you! I see you now! You led me to the wilds! You trapped me there!
Okay, so another typo in the sub.
Don't give up.
I like the damage that appears on enemies. Like, it doesn't necessarily match up with what I've hit, with how I've hit them, but it does look really good.
End it. They're overwhelming. It's going to lose.
Missed.
Go.
Oh shit, I didn't even mean to do that.
He's there. No, he's there.
Now, when people say cinematic, I usually brush it off as a buzzword because, ah shit, that's the way it is. But this actually does feel pretty cinematic, without any HUD or anything.
Whoa.
You know, when people talk about strong female protagonists, it's usually bullshit, but I'm gonna give Senua this one. She's strong as fuck. Okay, I didn't know you could do sprint attacks until now, and that's pretty awesome. Ow. Shit.
Defend yourself.
Which actually brings me back to Battlefront, where you're gonna want to think that Aiden's a strong female protagonist. She's an okay one, not particularly strong, but doesn't need to be. Not every female protagonist needs to be super strong. No stronger than any male in the position would be. So yeah, gender equality in games, that's cool. And that's one thing I will give Disney, is that women in the Star Wars movie don't. It's not a bunch of pandering, at least so far. I mean, except Rey. Rey is just a shit character. That's not even pandering. That's just we have a bad character. We don't know how to write a character to save our lives. Which I will give them credit for improving on in the new movie. But of course, she's still a shit character.
Focus! Focus now! The mirror. Focus! Focus now!
Hit me. Ah, shit. He hit me. Yeah, boy.
I never beat you in the wilds, did I? It was an illusion. But not this time!
I like that she's opened a can of badass and stopped being so
The
afraid.
mark of Valravan, one of the keys to the gate to Helheim. Hold it in your mind's eye.
With every battle, the darkness grows stronger. Every victory bringing her closer to defeat. Unfair, isn't it? In those dark winter nights in the wilds, there were times when she considered letting go. If it weren't for Druth, a chance encounter in the wilds, she would not have heard his stories of the Northmen. And she would not have this chance to find Dillion's soul.
I'm coming. I still hear you.
Two things I want to say about this game right now. One, the eyes are fucking amazing. Jesus Christ, they are good. Three things. Two, the teeth look fucking amazing because most games have really bad looking teeth. Three, her teeth are too amazing. And I say that because if you notice, they are all perfectly straight, which makes... and she has a perfect bite, which is pretty interesting considering this is pre-modern era, where they didn't have dentists. I mean, I'm not gonna fault the game for it, I'm just pointing it out. But no, those eyes look fucking amazing, and I'm very impressed. Okay, this is where I was before. Well, I realize I'm going backwards, but that's, I don't think that's the way I want to go.
she was younger, she would lay in the grass and stare at the clouds. And now she saw them. Elusive, shifting faces. After a while, she could see the faces everywhere. In the trees, the mountains, caves.
Yeah, the animation on them, it's got a lot of really fine detail. It truly impresses me. Because there's so much little movement in them. You can see they're not dead.
I wonder, can you see the faces too?
Not dead, and they're not super focused.
They're there.
And they have just the perfect glimmer in them.
Senua.
Mother? Senua, you have the sight. Just like I do.
That's
Once
weird.
You can see into the underworld. The underworld and all the souls within it will see you. Don't be afraid when they speak to you. I will always be here to guide you.
Did you see her? That was her mother, Galena. She was a priestess, a healer. She taught Senua to see the weave that binds the world together. And it was beautiful. It was a time before the darkness. But when it did come, it first came for her mother.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, you'd want to target priests and
Senua
healers
still
first.
sees her face from time to time, hidden in the world. Like she's still watching over. She misses her so much.
I actually really wonder if the narrator is another voice in Senua's head. I think it is. Or if maybe it's another, like an older Senua. Or, more likely than that option, it's Hela. I doubt this is Senua narrating it, just by the way that the narrator talks. But I would not be too shocked to hear. Whoa, I did not expect that. Wow, different enemy. That's interesting. Don't fuck with me, boy.
Take him down. Behind you.
Can't touch this. It is extremely difficult to fight multiple people at once here. Just in general with this game. Oh shit, he's got a shield.
The gate. She needs to go back.
She can't.
It won't open. Why won't it open?
There's another challenge.
She hasn't challenged.
Cert? Interesting.
The Northmen say that in the beginning there was nothing but darkness. bitter cold to the north, fiery hot to the south. They say the cold formed ice, which melted from the sparks from the south. The power of the darkness gave life to the dripping ice, and the first giant was born. He
I've
was
heard this
named
one.
Ymir. The ice continued to drip, and the power of the void gave life to it. The fire giant has answered.
He comes from a land older than mankind, and the Northmen call upon his flaming sword to raise their enemies to the ground. Find him, Senua, and spill his blood.
She found the wretched old fool on her way back from the wilds. An outcast. He was badly burnt all over. She took pity on him, for he was not long for this world. Like her, who spoke of his own darkness. The Northmen.
Oh shit, there's a face. That's why I always go to the left.
Senua, we each walk these lands gazing towards different horizons, some of us further than others. Your father cannot see what you see, but there is nothing wrong with seeing the world the way you do.
I don't know what vampire game you're talking about. I haven't played really any. Actually, though, it does kind of remind me of The Darkness, but less cringy. I want to like the Darkness, but I cringe playing that game. Okay, so that's the way I gotta go to continue. That I'm sure of. Anything else here? These little bits of lore are pretty good. I want to like The Darkness, I really do, but god damn do I cringe at it. Like, it's an okay game, it has problems. They keep appearing too fast for me to react.
Don't let them get behind you. Let them surround you.
I like that the voices kind of help you out.
You want his defeat. Behind you! You can do it. You're close.
Hit me! No, don't actually hit me, I just wanted to block you. Oof.
Behind you. They're winning.
Do you know who I am? Don't you dare hit me.
You finished it.
Oh. They have a nut vampire now. Does he eat nuts or does he just like jizz everywhere?
Still smell it.
The sweet, sickly stench of burning human flesh. And I still hear their cries carried.
No, I need that H-like symbol, which I think I can get with those two trees. Yep, there we go. There's the H and there's the
I
Y.
heard their screams, and I still hear them now.
I can kind of make it like that, but they don't want me to do that. Oh, there it is. There it is right there. Oh, okay.
Path to Helheim is sealed to the living, but you already walk amongst the dead. Look towards the gate, and you will see that it has opened.
I guess after so long, being a vampire would do funny things to your mind. Wouldn't shock me.
When they first came to my lands, I knew enough of their tongue to beg for mercy, and they took me as a slave. I wish now that they had slaughtered me like the others. I rode their storm of fire, death, and slavery to many lands. This darkness you speak of, I know it well.
And I'm still here to fight it.
Okay, how am I supposed to defend that?
He's down! Finish! Strike him! She knows what to do. Remember the warrior
Fuck.
trials.
The shield really messes you up because you have to deal with it. That was the dumbest sentence I've said in a while.
Ended him. Find a good position. Don't let them surround you.
So that's what it does. It gives
Behind
slow
you.
mo. Okay.
Behind you. Stop them.
Okay, so the mirror slows down time when it's charged. No, I can't see. No, this is terrible. Okay, there we go. You I can deal with. You are a simple threat. I can deal with you easily. Ow.
She's weak, she's so weak, she's so weak. They can skip up. She's got to die.
Get up, get up, get up, get up.
It's not over.
Oh, shit.
Going.
Are you shitting me? How did that happen? Hit me, shield dude. Hit me.
She will die. You will die. She won't make it. She's injured. She's not gonna make it.
I didn't realize I could trigger.
He's gone.
See, I can fight these guys. I can do that fine. The shield is problematic.
Take him down. Stop. She will die. Stop. She finished him.
There we go.
Finish this. End it now.
Whew.
When you
Well,
see
that's
a
the first
fire
death.
of Surt, know
Oof.
that only a sacrifice will stoke the fires of Muspel and let the dead walk through. Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
There it is. Focus. It's in front of you.
Run away! Run away!
Hell will not give you the answers you want. But you mustn't look away from the horrors it does offer. Because you cannot overcome suffering. You refuse to look at it.
Uh-huh.
What's happening? Is the fire gone? Where's it gone? The fire's disappeared. It was everywhere. The fire. Cert is through there. He's waiting. You can't get through. How will she get through?
She'll need to find another way.
Truth. Cert. Find your own path.
There's always another way.
There's always a way.
Find your own way.
You just have to find it.
Cert is waiting for you. It was never going to be that easy.
He's waiting. Cert is waiting.
The Northmen tell this story. Before the earth was created, there was a world called Muspel. Because it was in the south, it was bright and hot, flaming, burning. Sparks that flew out from Muspel became the stars. Other sparks melted ice in the frozen world of Niflheim, creating the body of the first giant, Ymir. Muspel is one of the 9 worlds, and is now the land of the fire giants. And people from elsewhere cannot endure a journey there.
Another gate. Another gate.
Ooh, another
She
gate.
needs to find it.
Another fire sacrifice.
Another fire
Another
sacrifice.
sacrifice.
It's too far.
She'll never find it. She'll never make her way back.
She needs to remember the way back.
What happens when she finds it?
Everything will burn.
Concentrate on where you're going.
She needs to remember the path.
Everything will burn, then how will she find the way back?
She won't. She won't be able to tell.
I mean, it was a straight path, so I hope I can figure it out.
The Northmen made fire sacrifices, burning slaves like me to reveal the path to Surt.
I searched for meaning in their suffering, in their eyes. But they just screamed like helpless pigs.
Got a blast.
Do your gods answer your prayers, Senua? I asked the gods for mercy, all of them, even theirs. None answered. In the end, I set myself free. Defy the gods, Senua! Find your own path, like I find mine!
My gods abandoned me. I am alone.
Another one. I kind of like the deception got a bit better.
The Northmen say that the defender of Muspel is called Surt, the foremost of the fire giants. His name means the Black One, because he is like something burnt. The Northmen believe that he sits at the border of Muspel with his flaming sword, and at the end of the world he will leave his post. He will travel to Asgard and Midgard, waging war against all the gods. He will be victorious, and then burn the whole world with fire.
Kind of a shitty goal, if you ask me. I mean, what at worst you set things on? All you're gonna do is set things on fire. Okay, that was fucking pointless, but okay. I'll accept it. Didn't need to have a point. It was just a path I could do. Oh, I get it. I get it. I need to go back there. I need to go back there because
Northmen
that's
hell
gonna have a solution.
worship the Devourers, insatiable gods of darkness. I come from Erin, Senua, where I once followed my own gods, the Tuatha De Danann.
Why did you abandon your gods?
Senua, I was a man of knowledge, not a warrior. To survive, I did things. Bad things.
Like you, Senua. The man I once was has died. And when that happens, even gods you worship can die with you.
Yeah, what's the point of the burning? That's what I'm wondering. Oh, I was supposed to trace it in the embers. Okay, I couldn't see that shit. That's somehow here too? Nah. No, really? It is in that area? No, I guess if it's going to end, then burning it would be, you know, at least one last hurrah, but... Oh, is that it? See, I can't see these umbers worth shit, so I'm sure it's even harder for you guys. Is it in that area, or does it just appear? Okay, it appears when I stop. Okay, so I knew it couldn't be right there. There's something over here. This one's actually pretty challenging. But I don't see it anywhere. Yeah, that R was bullshit. But at least I found it. Maybe if I go this way. Yeah, but that just goes around right here.
It's just that.
I cannot find it. And I feel dumb. The rest of these have been somewhat easy. This one's... I can't get it. I feel like it might have something to do with the wood, but... like with the rafters, but... because you've almost got it right there. Let me go up there again. Wait a minute. Is it right over here? Is it these umbers right here? It almost does it right there. Okay. So, supposedly, it's in this area right here. I am dumb. Jeez. It's right there. I didn't even look at the trees. Oof. I'm tired today. Shit, the fire's everywhere. That didn't end well. That was a lot of fire. Yeah, let's try this again. There we go. Running through a burning house seems like a terrible idea. Really? Is this really the time for this?
It's nearly over.
Yeah, that ended well.
You say your world has collapsed. Good. Let it collapse, and have the courage to shed your tears. Raise your world to a cry!
My world is dead.
Only then, as with a newborn, will you see the world anew.
No, I see nothing now.
Oh, more. Oh. More of them? Really? Wouldn't have a problem with it if it weren't the fact we just got through this.
The world will be destroyed someday. They call it Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. Asgard will be attacked by Surt and the fire giants. A monstrous wolf will swallow the sun, and the gods will fight in vain against their enemies. There is nothing they can do to prevent it. But Odin ever seeks knowledge and magic, hoping to find a way to postpone that dark day.
So basically, The gods took out credit cards and had no idea you have to pay them back. That's what I got from that. See, that's the thing. I have credit, okay? But I know better. Never, ever, ever let it accrue interest. God damn it, Odin. You dumb bastard.
Tell me truth. How did you escape your darkness?
Senua, once I found my purpose, I was no longer enslaved to the suffering I had to endure to reach it. Unclouded by fear, I could see it clearly in others. Even my captors feared the fire of Cert. And so, during one raid, I took my chance and ran, knowing that they would not follow. The fool ran into the fire. They left me for dead. Maybe they were right to. But here I am. Free.
I'm glad I found you in the wilds. I wouldn't have made it without you.
That was what? TP. Oh, that's more like a B. I'm gonna say something to do with the Phantom Pain. Why are we still here? Just to suffer? Okay, there it is. See, I found that one easily. Okay, I know I found it. There we go. Now I've just got to find the B. Okay, so it's not gonna be this far back. That I'm pretty sure of. Yeah, at the same time, I don't know where this letter's gonna be. Oh, it's gonna be this way. Definitely. And huzzah for the fact that I have not dropped a single frame. That makes me happy. Just, it works along with everything. I have my mic preamp, I have everything all figured out. The only thing I'm missing is streaming in 1080p, but I'm too poor for that. He said with a ridiculous gaming rig. Maybe with this stick? Walk, what do you say? Eh? Under. Crossbeam on the walkway. Oh, I see what you're saying. Or don't. Well, it does form it. Some of these are tricky. I keep wanting to think that it's here, but it isn't. I'm not using any sort of guide. I swear to God, if it's embers, I'm gonna grab it again. Okay, so I have to be right here. It's right here. But where? Like, I've made it multiple... Oh. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? That camera angle was bullshit. Like, I'll accept that I didn't catch that, but that angle was bullshit. Open, damn you. Is the door not supposed to open? One would think it would. Open sesame? Okay, I think this door is broken. Hold on. Okay. If I have to do this puzzle again, I'll only be mad because that B was bullshit. B for bullshit, of course. Yeah, I do. God damn it. Okay, I know where the T is.
Tell me truth. How did you escape your darkness?
Senua, once I found my purpose, I was no longer enslaved to the suffering I had to endure to reach it. Unclouded by fear, I could see it clearly in others. Even my captors fire. They left me for dead. Maybe they were right to. But here I am. Free.
I'm glad I found you in the wilds. I wouldn't have made it without you.
And last but not least, the tea. Of course, these are all Nordic runes, and it's not a P or a B or a T. I'm just gonna say they are. So I just do not care. Yay! Yay! I got the door to open.
Senua, if I can survive the fire of Surt and escape my darkness, then so can you. Run, Senua! Run! Through the fire! Keep running! Go on! Nothing will stop me! Run, Senua!
And I ran.
Run!
I ran so far away.
She's dying.
It's him. It's him.
Really? Come on, all you had to do was stop, drop, and roll.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This darkness takes everything. Everyone.
Senua, are you sure you want to do this? We can fight this together, side by side. We always do.
This is my battle. I have to face it alone, away from you.
Where will you go?
I don't know.
For how long?
I don't know.
What is this? A trip to work? Of course he ain't know. He ain't gonna know.
I believe in you. You know that. Just promise me that you will come back to me. I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
I will come back to you. I promise.
Come on.
All right.
Take his mark.
No shit, he got a big sword.
And forever be in your debt.
You destroyed everything. Everyone. But not me. Fight now.
Shit, I hit the wrong button. This is a Souls boss if I ever seen one.
He's getting stronger. You must stop him, you slut. Stop him.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Here's what he didn't realize. Man's never hot.
Watch out.
Man's never hot.
There's blood growing in power. Stop. Stop him. Stop him. Stop. Right now. There must be a... You're stronger than you. Focus. Focus.
No, you're right though. Kylo Ren is better in episode 8, but he ain't a good villain. Oh, sorry, I accidentally entered photo mode. Okay, that actually looks pretty awesome. I'm gonna take this picture real quick. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Oh shit, there's a whole UI and everything. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I just didn't bother using it earlier, but this is actually pretty awesome. Oof, double exposure looks like shit. Yeah, there you go. You have no idea what you're looking at. Well, that's pretty awesome. He was really easy. There's no way he's dead. No fucking way. He gonna be behind her. He gonna spook her. Oh shit, no, never mind, he is dead. That was easy as hell. Fire God my ass.
For every battle won, a greater battle takes its place. And so it goes. Until we fall.
I'm on normal.
And in the end, we all fall. Even the gods have their time. Yet we still go on.
Why?
Why?
I made a promise, and I will go to hell to keep
I
it.
die free, knowing you will carry my stories with you. I have fulfilled my quest.
Yes, you have.
When the darkness comes, I vow to guide you in this life and the next to fulfill yours.
Okay.
Then I will see you in heaven.
Okay. This is just a theory.
Be ready to face horror in the eye, as I have, to find your answers, your quest, your truth.
This is just a theory, but I think Druth's scenes are full motion video. I think that's an actual
Was a troubled
actor.
man. Scholar turned slave. They tortured him. walking with them on their raids drove him to madness, spreading this new form of darkness to new worlds. To my world. Senua saw a deep connection form between the Northmen and the darkness. His tales of hell were true. Then that was the source of it. She learned everything she could from him, until she too could see what he saw.
Like, they could have just, it could just be a game model. But I think Druth is actually from live video. Because his scenes look like way too good. The animation on them is ridiculous.
Have you ever died before? It's a serious question. When the illusion of self is shattered, you simply cease to be. Though it may not seem that way to others, you know when it is true. You can feel it. A stranger in your own body. An imposter. And nothing is the same ever again. Senua has died before. And she will do so again.
With the mark of Valravan and the mark of Surt, you may cross the bridge over the River of Knives to Helheim.
I don't think she's scared anymore. I mean, I wouldn't be too scared either after defeating 2 gods. That's pretty badass.
Why is she waiting? Open the gate. Open the gate. No, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Don't open the gate. Don't. She's done it.
And there's fuck all. It's a birthday party.
It's so dark. It's dark. The dark. Only the dead may cross. Only the dead may cross into hell.
What happened to her makeup? All of her markings are gone. Not gonna lie, her tattoos and stuff, they all look good on her, actually.
Truth? Anyone?
There is no one here but me.
Sauron.
You.
Did you think that I would let you go? That you lost me back in the wilds? I will never let you go. You can't get rid of me. I am your shadow. And I will be watching when you draw your last dying gasp.
I'm not ready to die.
You will be when you see what they did to your dear beloved.
Damien!
In this waking nightmare, where all dreams come true, you searched for control, a way to pull through. When you were in love, you left him in tears, to smother your furies and banish your fears. But in darkness they came, through stormy black seas they raided these shores. Do you still hear his screams? And now that you're home, he's so far away. They've taken his soul. To these gods you cannot pray. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. his darkness, you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. You fought for love unspoilt by your darkness within. You fought for your dreams. Now there's no way to win. In the head of his corpse lies the seat of his soul. So you must carry his vessel to bring him back home. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through this darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. The darkness touched you. Everyone could see it in the hollows of your eyes. A gaze averted from life. You ran from it but brought it nearer. Led it to him. An endless suffering worse than death. And you wanted to surrender. Abandon and to find peace with the gods. No. The darkness won't allow it. So you will walk into the lair of the beast. Look it in the eye, and you will go to war. This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
This seems like an excellent place for me to take a break. I plan to do more of this. I plan to beat this whole game on stream. And I am coming back. I am just going to... Oh, combat difficulties on auto. Okay. I guess adaptive difficulty. We're playing Lego Star Wars here. Anyway, yeah. So, I'm gonna go on my BRB screen. I'm gonna eat a piece of pie because I'm hungry. Free Pie Wednesdays. I love them. Anyway. Yeah, because I'm a fat ass. So, I will be back in probably 10 minutes. Somewhere around there. In the meantime, you can enjoy the Metal Gear mixtape by Fingers. Thanks for watching.
There's...
It's all right, we got it out.
There's a number in my...
Pulling money, recruits, just to combat Cypher. Rubbing our noses in bloody battlefield dirt. All for revenge. All for revenge. I've lost won't stop hurting. It's like they're all still there. You feel it too, don't you? I'm gonna make them give back our past. The world calls for wet work, and we answer. No greater good. No just cause. going even deeper. Take back everything that we've lost. Cause I'm already a demon.
Standing on the edge of the crater, like the prophets once said, and the ashes are all cold now. No more bullets, and the embers are dead. Whispers in the air tell the tales of the brothers gone. Desolation, devastation. What a mess we made when it all went wrong. Watching from the edge of the circus for the games to begin. Gladiators draw their swords from their ranks for
And I am back. Alright, let's get this back on the road. This. There we go. Wubba lubba dub dub! Get swifty! Shit on the floor! For Asgard!
He's down. Finish him. Strike him.
The gods made you a warrior for a reason. It's your calling.
They always take one less hit than I think they will.
Why suffer the past when there is a new road ahead? The only one that makes any sense.
You won.
And Hiltus yeah, I can't pronounce that. Not Swedish enough. Also, I'm pretty sure that's kind of racist. Fitting though.
Every gate you open into darkness brings another charge.
Oof. Oof.
Quick, get up! She's hurt. She won't make it. Too strong. He can read.
Oof.
Get up quick. Fast. Do it. You're close.
Bring it, fat boy. Bring it. I bet you wear cargo shorts and not for the utility. Which, I don't know why I'm insulting your fashion sense when I don't really have a good one either. Especially when it's a little irrelevant. But I bet you wear cargo pants because you like them.
Behind you.
Fuck. You have a sword, boy. I said sword and I meant to say shield.
Finish this. End it now. He's gone. Yes, sir. Yes, Senua.
Ah. For a second, I expected the doors not to open. Oh, another one of these. Okay, let's see. Is this one bullshit? RSX, is that like the Korean version of OSX?
The journey to Helheim is never a straight one. Each must find their own path. Align yourself to its secrets.
Oh, that's not an R.
You will find yours.
It's not an R. It's a shitty joke. It's a good thing my video card isn't dying, or this game would make me really wonder. From what I can tell, there ain't shit there.
However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to Hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess. She will ask your name. She will ask your lineage. She will ask your business. The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire and rode to Hell to join her slain love Sigurd, and is challenged by the giantess.
Okay, so I see this, but I do not understand it. I think it's another perspective thing. Hold on. think I need to go over here and take a look at it from an angle from which it looks complete. There we go. I called it. Surprised I was actually right about something here. Wait a minute. That... S. S for Senua. That or S for sadistic. Hold on. There we go. It wasn't bullshit. Hey, that was actually the correct path. Neat. And by correct, I mean I can actually go this way. I still do truly... Oh shit, a face.
Oh, Senua. Your father does not hate me. He just fears the souls in the underworld. He cannot see that they are already afraid.
Alright, Phrydis is really acting up today.
But I am their healer, and I must answer their cries for help, even if it displeases him.
Also, I am like 60% sure that thing in the bag is Dillian's head.
Hela possesses large dwelling places in Helheim. Tall are her walls, high are her gates. The name of her dish is hunger. Her knife is famine. On her threshold all will stumble. Her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called flames of a funeral pyre. They say she is easy to recognize, half black and half the color of flesh, and her face menacing and grim.
Yeah, I'm guessing the X is... Okay, so the X is just down below. No, I don't want to go on the ladder, I don't. I want to go on this ladder. I like how they're all made out of the same object. That's pretty cool, actually.
It's coming.
That song again.
Is it?
It's Hela.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming. This is your moment.
Dear Jesus. It's the baby doll from Toy Story 1.
What are you doing? You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this. Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it. Get up. Get up. Get up and fight.
Ooh. That's not good.
Stormy seas and lost souls. She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts, and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us? Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
You fail the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed. What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be?
So stupid.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
The shadow hates.
Look at you. A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there is no one left to do that for you.
Everywhere. You failed. What's that?
Wow.
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your sword.
Come on. Dare.
Whoa. Okay then.
Why go on when you give everything and face that which torments you, only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined? Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
It's not real. It's a trick. It's not real. Listen to it.
Don't give up.
Did it? It's
Not like this.
It's not real. It is real. It's a trick. Don't trust it. Maybe you're already dead.
Who are you?
Do you still believe in yourself?
No, it's not. It's a trick. She knows it's it. It's a trick. He's already dead. He can't be here. It's impossible.
Come to me. Please.
The light. Go towards the light. It's him. There he is. It can't be him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind. No, he's here. It's in your mind. It's real. It's happening. Go towards it.
So I guess I guess the real problem with this stems from this. I've always been told you do not go towards the light, yet the voices tell me otherwise. Now the voice is pretty fucked up though. That very deep one. I didn't realize it was Senua.
There it is. You're imagining things. It's Dillian. He's gone. You were so slow. How could you? Keep going. How could you? Keep going. Ignore the pain. I told you it was to trick you. I told you. Where are you going? See, there's nothing to follow. Come on.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father's in-bell made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
Oh hey, welcome to the stream. This game's been really interesting from the start. Okay, this time I'm literally going to go to the right. Oh yeah, another face.
Senua, there will be times that you will feel alone and exhausted, like a strange little fish swimming against the tides of the big ocean. But have the faith to let go and let the tide carry you away. Because the whole ocean is your home, and it does not ask you to swim against it.
That made very little sense, but okay.
It's already disappeared. Nothing lives here, not even you. It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in your mind. Where's the tree?
There he was. The lone figure of a
He's
boy.
there, under the tree.
Swordplay under the shade of a tree.
You have to keep doing
She remembers the first time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing, and the world danced with him. The gloom lifted, and for the first time in years, she felt
He's there.
a ray of hope.
You can see him. There he is. Come on, you have to keep Dillian going.
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day, Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out at Sigmund's touch. His brother-in-law, King Sigurd, wants it, but Sigmund refuses him, so King Sigurd plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, but when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Sigurd captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution. Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? Well, that night, when the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
I don't know how I'm supposed to open that. Just go to the tree, but can I make it to the tree? A shit ton of backtracking if that's what I gotta do. Yeah, I'm not dropping from there. That'll just be painful. She's gotta fight just to keep it alive. It's the eye of Senua. Oh, I can't make it, but I can't sing either, but I tried. Damn hitboxes. Can I fit under that? No, there's nothing there. Oh wow, there was a ladder right there and I missed it. I don't want to know what happens with Sigmund. I assume he lives, at least for a time. There we go.
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free.
Bullshit.
After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Sigurd, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund. So his sister hatches a new plan, one that is cold of heart and pure of blood.
Neat. So basically, Sigmund really hates mudbloods. I didn't realize he was into witchcraft and wizardry, but okay.
Day after day, watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy and finds him strong.
That's pretty
and fearless,
fucked up.
and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir. But luck is not on their side. They're captured, and Siggeir has them buried alive.
That is pretty fucked up. The only question I guess is, who did she sleep with, Siggeir or Sigmund?
It's a trick. It's an illusion. It's not real. It's real. You want to believe it's real, but it's a trick. Where are you going? Where is she going? What is she following? You can't even fight. It's just.
This is probably the only white girl I've seen pull off dreadlocks.
The world and bliss.
Actually, let me rephrase that. This is probably the only person I've seen pull off dreadlocks.
See the world through eyes anew and dance with it, just like he does.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one.
Well, I watched you, and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who is supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are.
You killed him.
But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy
They
you.
won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Shut up! Dillian? Is that you? I'll find you, my love. I promise.
see him? You want to believe it.
Is he
It's
there?
not real.
Is he there?
You're alone in these mountains.
Is that Lydia?
Nothing lives here. You won't survive. You met him by the tree.
She met him by the tree.
Maybe it's a sign, the tree.
What's he trying to tell you?
He's waiting for you by the tree.
As Sigmund and Sinfjotli are being buried alive, Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound. Hidden in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of Odin. They cut their way out of the grave mound and set fire to Siggeir's hall. The king burns to death. Sigmund calls to his sister to come out so that she may live and be honored. She does come out, but only to tell him the truth. That she had slept with him, her brother, to beget a strong avenger. I am not fit to live, she says, and walks back into the fire. Strike vengeance from your heart, Senua, as there is always a heavy price to pay.
I feel like there was more at work there than just vengeance. That's, some pretty fucked up shit right there. That goes a little bit beyond, yeah.
And here is the end of Sigmund's story. He was a fierce and great warrior who fought many battles. But one day, an old man came onto the battlefield. Although shadowed by a hood, Sigmund saw that he only had one eye.
So he's Odin.
The man raised his spear, and Sigmund struck at it with his sword, but the sword shattered into pieces. Sigmund then knew that this was Odin, and thus that victory could not be his. He bowed his head and accepted his end. Dying, he tells his wife that she is with child, and that her son will one day make a great weapon out of the fragments of his sword. The sword named Gram.
Huh. That's the sword.
Take it. A sword. Take it. Dillian left it for you. Take it. Take it. Take it.
Imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gram. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need a sword.
Arthritis.
It's important.
Things keep popping.
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said the great warrior can reforge Gram by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands where you will face the trial.
Go to the shards. Go to the shard.
Go to the shards.
What's the shard? Find it.
It's the metal. Where is it?
Find it. There it is.
Focus.
There's the shard. Focus.
Focus.
Use your eyes. Look.
Get closer.
Can't ever be simple, can it?
Go to it.
I want to tell you a story about a god of the Northmen called Balder. The second son of Odin. He was beautiful, good and wise.
He was fair of feature, he spoke fair words, he gave fair judgments. Light shone from him. Only good things were told of him. Yet he was the first of the gods to die.
Face. What is it? What does it see? Get closer. God's mask is here to watch you fail again.
Where are we? What is this?
It's the same. It's another world. It's lighter. It's nicer. I like it here. Can we stay? Let's stay.
The bridge. It's not broken.
It's fixed.
What happened?
The bridge is fixed. Let's cross it. Dillian is in. Don't forget. You can feel it. You need the runes to fight Dillian.
You need Dillian.
He's waiting for you. He always said he's close. He cares about you.
Feels close.
He loves you. Calling you. Dillian. Dillian, we're here. Dillian. We're nearly here. We're coming. Dillian.
The gate is open. Go through the gate.
Go through it. It's dangerous. Follow it. What's behind the gate? Where will it take you?
It's not safe.
Alright, which runes are we finding now? Just one? Huh. Okay. Nice change of pace.
Dillian.
There he is.
There he is.
What are you waiting for?
Quick, find a way. Find him. Where is he?
Where's he gone?
We're in the wrong world.
He's not here.
She's in the wrong world. He's not in this world. He's in the other one. He's in the other one. He's in the dark world. The dark.
The world once seemed so simple. Black and white. Darkness and light. Narrow dividing lines of our own making. Dillian taught her to see further. To peek through the cracks and see the worlds of colour stretching away from the gloom. And Senua explored new paths into the unknown.
The Northmen tell this story about the death of Baldur. It begins with dark dreams. Night after night, Baldur dreams of his own death, and the gods fear for his life. So Baldur's mother makes everything in the world: fire, water, iron, stone, earth, wood, beasts, birds, serpents, poison,
Oh, I remember this one.
swear an oath not to harm her son. One by one, they each make their vow. Neither weapons nor wood will injure him, Baldur's mother boasts. Only Loki, father of Hela, the mistress of death, is not amused.
I know this legend. This legend's messed up, but not in the I slept with my brother so he could kill his other brother way.
Meeting him beneath the tree.
Do you remember how he made you feel?
Yeah, I need to go to the other world for this.
no chance for her.
Nobody will love you again.
Ever again.
She should have listened to her father.
Why didn't she listen
Shit.
to her father?
She thought she could defy her father.
That didn't work out. Okay then.
You broke him, you killed him.
He couldn't see the darkness within you.
Do you remember what it was to touch it?
Okay, so how do I bypass these? Oh, wait a minute. Can I? No.
Do you think she remembers him?
Oh, I see. It's the light.
Dillian's in the tower.
He's there. Senua, you've got it.
Why isn't he here?
Oof.
He's gone.
He's in the dark world.
He's gone to the dark world.
You're in the wrong world.
He's in the other world.
The dark world.
Without you.
Your curse has claimed Dillian.
He didn't know he was coming.
I'm guessing this used to be a meat hall.
There he is. Where are you taking
He's
him?
up there. He's up there.
How do you get on with your
There's a
love?
way.
Because he believed in you.
There is a way up there.
Find the way.
She can do it. You're nearly there. Just find the way.
There we go. That was simple.
The gods feast and rejoice and amuse themselves by throwing spears and stones at Balder, striking at him with sword and axe. But he comes to no harm, whatever they do. The gods never cease to wonder at this great marvel. But Loki shapes himself into a woman and asks Balder's mother, "Is it really true that all things promise to keep him safe?" "I did not ask the mistletoe," Balder's mother confesses. "I thought it was too young." Oh dear.
Father, when you had the chance.
Why didn't you listen to him?
This love has tortured you, and it tortures Dillian.
Loki makes a dart out of mistletoe and goes to the gods as they throw things at Balder. The blind god, Huth, was there.
Years had passed since she left her father. She trained hard alongside her friend, Dillian. She saw things no one else could. Patterns, shapes, movement. An intuition that made her an exceptional warrior. Friendship turned to love. But the shadow of darkness never let her go, and she was caught between two worlds. That of Zinbel and her past, and Dillian,
Nobody will love her now.
a future,
What love feels like.
Look what happens to the things she
two realities. soul.
Wasting your time. You have no time for this. Speed up. These rooms mean nothing. It's all part of their game.
They've set you trials to distract you.
They've set you up, and now they're going to watch you fall.
What if these trials mean nothing?
Laughing at you.
What if they take you no closer to Dillian?
Dillian and your laziness get in the way.
What if they are just to tire you out, to make you win before the battle?
The curse.
And now the darkness is swallowing you both.
Loki makes a dart out of mistletoe and goes to the gods.
What does it feel like to be in love?
God dang it. Oof.
Do you even remember?
His love is guiding you.
Through here to get the rune.
You have no chance.
Nope.
He was the only one that didn't mind the curse. He loved her so much.
I'm guessing it's the light, but
Dillian saved you.
Dillian cared for her like no one else has.
Dillian's the only reason she's still alive.
Does it feel warm? Do you feel safe?
Dillian loves you. Look what
Do you remember what love feels like?
there we go.
The Northmen tell how the gods mourned Balder. His body was to be burnt on his ship, but they could not manage to push it into the sea and sent for a giantess to do it. She comes riding a wolf and has vipers for her reins. She pushes Balder's ship into the sea with such force that the ground shakes and the rollers burst into flames. When Balder's wife sees his body carried onto the ship, her heart bursts with grief, and she dies. She's put next to her husband, and the pyre is lit, sending the dead to hell. But even so, the gods cannot accept his death.
you had that loved you.
You squashed it, struck it, flattened it.
The curse cannot be undone.
Lots of backtracking in this game. Somewhat annoying. Just the sheer amount of it. Ow. If anyone heard that, that was my neck. Car accidents are fun, yeah.
Things you love. He was the only one that didn't mind the curse. He loved her so much. Darkness.
overcome with grief, the gods send Hermod to ride to Hell and ask Hela to let Balder return home. All the gods are weeping, he says. Are they? Asks Hela. We shall see if he is truly missed. If everything in the world will weep for him, he shall go back to the gods. But if even one thing refuses, Balder stays with me. The gods send messengers everywhere. Weep for Balder, weep him out of Hell. And everything wept. Men, beasts, earth, stone, trees, metal, everything. Except for a giantess they find in a cave. Balder was never my friend, she says. Let Hel keep what she has. The Northmen say that the giantess must have been Loki in disguise.
They mean nothing.
Shit. Loki's kind of a piece of shit.
The gods are just toying. What if the gods are laughing at her?
Messing with her.
It wouldn't be
Be the first time. She thought she had light within her. She is pure darkness.
Yeah, let's do this. Is there any possibility this is the bridge I was just kicked off of? No, it's not.
Dillian!
Yes.
Dillian never much cared for the underworld, and looked dimly upon the druids, like her father, Zinbel. I guess he took after his father, a chieftain who believed nothing he couldn't see, and he happened to be blind. She felt safe in Dillian's arms, learned to see the world through his eyes. Slowly, the darkness that had bound her so tightly began to unravel.
You're going to fall, careful.
No, she's not. She's not going to fall. She's strong. She's steady. She can do it. You can do it, Senua.
No! No!
It's your fault. He's disappeared.
Well, shit.
Senua.
Ow.
Your father cannot understand your darkness. He cannot see through your eyes. No one can. My own father was born blind. Doesn't have the faintest idea of what the night looks like. The word dark to him means as little as the word light. So someone is afraid of the dark. So we fix them by taking away their sight. But you give up the beautiful world thing. You, and only you, can see just to be rid of your nightmares. Or is this the price you pay for the gift you have? A gift that makes you so special in my eyes. Just another part of the person I love.
I left for the wilds to protect you from my darkness. Because I love you. But it made it worse. I'm so sorry.
It's done. You did it, but there's more. There's more.
You're tired, but you have to keep going.
There's still more.
There's always more to do.
It's not going to be easy.
Can you do another one? It's too much.
Have you got the energy? She hasn't got the energy. No.
I saw once a plague strike northern lands of ice. It was so terrible that not the oldest man among us could remember the like. Hundreds died.
The sickness took nearly every person younger than 40, and many older. And where dying mothers gave birth, the marks of the plague were on the babes as they came out of the womb.
Where are we? I don't like it. This place feels... It doesn't
What is
feel
this
right.
place?
This place feels... It's... creepy. It feels wrong.
It feels strange.
Where is it?
There he is.
There he is.
The light.
Go towards it.
He's in the house.
He's
Find
going
it.
in. He's disappearing.
Follow him.
Don't let him disappear.
It's a test. Like the old warrior trials. Dillian will help me. The stench of rot. She can almost taste it. Do you smell it? No. Don't worry. Not everyone can. It was a warm spring day when she went to the river with Dillian and the others. To the water. She could taste the rot. But no one else could. She knew something was wrong. Something sinister. She begged them to leave, but they just laughed at her. But soon enough, as the bodies piled up, no one was laughing. And they knew that she was not like them.
You must. You have to get to the house. You have to find Dillian.
There we go.
The Northmen speak of a death moon, a light shaped like a half moon that appears inside a house and goes around the walls. I once saw the death moon appear at a farm, and first the shepherd died, then a guest died, and then the farmhand, and then the farmer and 6 of his men drowned at sea. But that is not the end of it, because the dead return to haunt the living. If you see the death moon, then beware, because there will be death in that house.
She did it. You fixed the wrench. She fixed it. You passed the trial. Get to the house.
You succeeded.
All right. I'm Bob the Builder, motherfuckers.
Senua! Come to me! Where are you?
I'm here! I'm right here!
Are you in there?
You have to fight it.
Come out if you are.
Dillian! They're coming for me!
It's Dillian. Go to him. Dillian, go there to him. It is. Run! Run now! You came through the wrong door. How are you going to fight? Where's your sword? To defend yourself. You can't. It's Dillian.
This is not good.
Go towards it. Focus. Focus. Look. Focus. Two more. Where are they, Senua? Where's Dillian? Where are you? Don't let it see you. Don't get lost. Don't let it see you. You'll start to burn. You'll burn. There it is. Move away. Don't let it.
What should I do?
This is taking too long. Can you hear him? You're lost. Runes. You have to find them. Where are they? This all looks the same.
It does all look the same.
Run. Find it. Focus. We have to find one more. One dozen. Lost. Find the other symbol. We're lost. Look at you. Where is he?
Where are you?
Got him.
You've got them. Where's the door? Find a way out. Find the gate. Get out. Run. 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 Look at you. Don't let it see you. It's coming. Move away.
Shit.
You're lost again.
I can't find you.
Ooh. That was close.
Senua! Senua! What happened?
They're blaming me for the plague. They say that I'm cursed. What if they're right?
How would they know such a thing? Are they gods? None of us are. They're just people.
That's heresy.
Good people, but they're scared. They're afraid of what they can't see. Like children scared of the dark. They make up stories to fill the void. That doesn't make them true.
What if my father was right?
You have to step out of this darkness. Let them see who you really are, like I have. You're not a monster.
Without you, this darkness has made me a monster.
What if this is pointless? What if you're wrong? What if this has nothing to do with the sword? What if we're wrong? The sword will never be yours. What if this
Alright.
is the end? It's just a trick. It's just a pointless test. You've been fooled before, you could be fooled again. You're being tested. You don't know. It's just their game for you. You never know which way it's going to go.
So, we've got two more tests of Odin. I think here's a good place to sign off, and I've had a really fun time doing this. It's been 3 hours and 45 minutes, so I think it's about time that I get up and do something else with my life, at least for the time being. Thank you for watching, and you guys have a wonderful day.